Okay, gang, I'm back. I'm not as tired as I was the other night, but still a little tired. I'm just gonna give you a little trip report on what went on with my trip to Colorado, Black Hawk. So anyway, this trip was planned for September 21st when we were supposed to meet in Vegas. The COVID kicked up a little stronger in Vegas, so some of the people decided not to go, so I decided not to go either. And then we replanned this trip for Black Hawk. So, first of all, my sister and I decided to go. She wanted to come, I asked her to come. She never been to Black Hawk, neither have I. So anyway, instead of flying directly into Black Hawk, because the meetup was supposed to be on the 23rd in Black Hawk, I decided that I would make my trip at least a little longer and go to Vegas first. So I left Hawaii on the 21st. I went to Vegas, got there on the 21st, stayed there the 22nd, and left on the 23rd for Black Hawk. So anyway, when I got to Vegas, I've never been to Vegas since July of last year. So it was nice to be back. I stayed at the Golden Nugget, and my host took care of me there. At the Golden Nugget, there were just three tables. All of them were $10 tables. I wasn't there on the weekend though, but they were all $10 tables all day, all night. They were playing four per side, so that gave us 8 people per table, which was pretty cool. So on the 21st, I got there, checked in. It must have been about 8 o'clock at night. So stayed up, played a little bit, then went to bed. And on the 22nd, I had all day to do whatever I wanted to do. So ended up meeting up with VDC and CDC, which is Richard and Yerney. So I met up with VDC, and Yerney was working, so I didn't get to meet her yet. So me and VDC, we played for a while. We had something to eat, and eventually we said goodbye. He went home, and I went to bed. And early on the 23rd, must have been about, I think my flight was like 7 o'clock, something like that. So I had to get up early, pack, get to the airport, and fly out to Colorado. So I got off the plane, went down to baggage claim, and was waiting there. And Rick from Let It Roll and his wife Josie met us there. So you got to realize this is the first time that I ever met these guys. We talk every day, we Skype every day, but never met in person. So it was an honor and a pleasure for me to meet all of these guys from Crafts Nation that I talk to every day. And we already felt like we knew each other, but this was the first time we ever were meeting, and it was great for me, and I'm sure great for them to meet each other. So Rick showed up with his wife Josie, waited for us in baggage claim. Didn't take long. Eddie from Bird Dog 301 with his wife Karen, they showed up. And we're meeting and talking and laughing, and we're waiting for Heath, Sleepy 2525, because he was coming in also at the same time. So we waited at baggage claim. They all came, we met, and Rick took us in his car down to Black Hawk to check into Lady Luck Hotel. So after we got there and checked in, we met Dave from Same Bet, and he came, and we met up with him. Then later on during the day, Ting from Some Young Guys Games, he showed up, and so did Jeremy from Color Up. So we all had to, had some talking and joking and meeting up with each other and having fun. So we all decided to go ahead and look for some tables to play. So at Black Hawk, since this was my first time there, it was like a old mining town that was kind of redone, and it's a beautiful place. I really liked it. The only thing there is every hotel, they're kind of separated. We couldn't just walk to it, especially with me. I have a bad leg. So good old Rick, he brought a wheelchair for me, and he would push me to places that was too far for me to walk. And I want to thank him very much for that. We finally looked around and went through different hotels and looking at tables. Each hotel basically had only one table, and they were playing, a lot of them were playing only half a table, so 3 people on one side. And that was a little difficult because it's not like when you're in Vegas, you walk across the street downtown or on the strip and you just walk into another casino that has 3, 4, 5 tables. So basically we had to jump in a car, drive to another hotel, park it, walk upstairs, and go find a crap table and find out that, oh, there's already 3 people playing. They're only playing half a table, so it's crowded. So we have to go back down, jump in the car, drive to another hotel, and keep doing this until we find a table where we can play. Fortunately, we played at Century Casino. That's where Rick recorded his videos, and if you didn't see it yet, go check out Let It Roll's channel, Rick Let It Roll's channel. He put out some videos of us playing at the Century Casino.
Okay. Back, so not videoing. Yeah, I think she said at some point, Dave. I don't know when.
I've got my little stand out in the car.
I have mine. So I can tell you the answer is probably no. Somebody was telling me that they let somebody before you. I don't know. Yeah, they told me.
And they let us record. And if you did see that video, I think the first one was with me shooting, and then I think another friend of ours, Paul, and then after that was Sleepy 2525. So we had a blast there. My role was kind of long, but it took a long time too, because I was really joking around with Bird Dog and Ting and everybody else, and just having a lot of fun. Not very much concentrating on betting big and making more money, but just having fun, enjoying ourselves. So you really don't hear a lot of it in the video, but because the video was shot from that side and I was shooting from down here. But we were having a really, really good time, laughing and joking with each other. So that was great. And then the next day, I think we went to breakfast. And when we went to breakfast, I forgot what place it was, but I met Slam Bright and Mr. and Mrs. Moo, who were also there. So there was another other people from Craps Nation that I met that I never met before. So at least I met other people. Also, when we went back the following night to play at Century Casino again, we had to wait a long time because there's the locals there who play there. There's just one table and 3 shooters on each side. So we went there like around lunchtime, and there was no room for us, so we actually had to go back in the evening, late, probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And we did meet different people that came up to see us for the meetup. We met them all over the place. I met Craptastic. That has his own channel. That's CT Craptastic. Nice guy. I've talked to him, and he did put on some videos on some of my strategies. But this was the first time again that I met him personally. So anyway, we did some gambling all over the place. We put money together, $20 each, 6 of us, and went around playing slot machines and taking turns pressing the button. And we did hit some slots for like $600 something, 500 something, and we split the money. And we're doing this over and over and having a lot of fun. My sister, I guess I taught her to go play the poker video machine, and she got stuck on that, and she had some good jackpots. She got lucky. She was playing one machine. I think it was at maybe it was the Isle or something like that, and she was doing good. She was getting four of a kind, put in $100, make $500, $600. So she was doing well and having fun. And anyway, after that, we walked all over the place, had lunch together, dinners together, and gambling. And some hotels were nice to us. Other places, well, the dealers really didn't want to be there, I guess. So there were times that we took losses because we couldn't throw. And like I said, if the table is bad, and because there's only so much room and you have to drive a car to find a table that is available, that even if the table goes bad or the dealers have not a very good attitude, you just hang there because you don't know where's the next table that you're going to find that you can play. So sometimes we took losses because of that. Other than that, we had a great time. We made some money, not a great amount, but we also lost. Okay, and I think we ended up finding a place called Saratoga, which is this is their chip. It's a Saratoga $1 chip. There's Saratoga on it. Anyway, so this place was pretty neat. It was like a couple stairs up, one table. You could play 3 people each side, and they served food there. They had a sports bar right there with a big screen. There were slot machines just down the stairs. Restrooms was right there, so everything was pretty much situated really nice in that place. I also met this guy Victor, which is one of my subscribers and viewers, and he was up there and he was throwing really well, and I'd like to give him a shout out. He said that he's throwing like me, front throws, and he said that that's his easier way to throw, and he's throwing it way better than I am. He was shooting really well. So anyway, we all met up. Then it began to snow, I guess the second day before we left. And I think we had like 8 to 10 inches of snow. It was really cold. I mean, when you went outside, like taking a break, it was freezing. And I'm not used to that. But all in all, we had a really great trip. Good fun, great bunch of guys. I mean, they're all our brothers now. I consider them my brothers. Well, they, consider each other brothers. And we're probably going to get a meet up again some other time. But I left there on the 27th. So I was there from the 23rd to the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. So about 4 days. And like I said, I had a really good time. I was grateful to meet all these people in person. So anyway, when I left there, I went back to Las Vegas on the 27th. And then you know that I had to set up my COVID testing and all that, which I made the video the other day on that. Well, anyway, when I got back into Vegas on the 27th early in the morning, after I did all my scheduling for my testing and all that, I hit the tables. Now, when I left Black Hawk, well, let me take you back. When I first went to Vegas, before I went to Black Hawk, I played on the tables. I never had a losing session. I always won, whether I won $10 or $50 or $300 or $500. I always had a winning session. I played maybe 6, 7, 8 sessions a day, and I was happy with that. You know, I learned a lot since I started putting out strategies. Not like way back when it was only about press, 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 and don't worry about if we lose, right? And so anyway, I felt comfortable with myself. I played discipline. I just played short games. I wasn't thinking about making big money, just surviving until I went to Black Hawk. So anyway, I think I did well. I was happy that I didn't lose any sessions. Normally, when I went to Vegas before, I always lost. So anyway, went to Colorado. Like I said, it was, it's kind of moving around too much. You have to go look for a table, and if the table wasn't good, well, too bad. You stay there and played, because there wasn't much choice, right? Move around, and if the table's full, then most of you're moving too much around and not really being able to settle down and get into a game. So I lost money there in Black Hawk. I think I was down 4,000 in Black Hawk. That's counting, buying lunches, breakfast, tipping, playing slot machines, whatever. So I came back to Vegas, like I said. Then when I came back to Vegas, again, I never lost any sessions, and I felt great, about that. Like I said, I got a lot smarter. I got a lot better strategies that I'm using. I'm adjusting to the tables a lot better, a lot quicker. There was one girl, a lady who was shooting, and I could really tell that when she set that dice and she let those dice go, that those dice stayed together. Nice spin. I knew this girl could throw, and I knew that she practiced doing it, and she threw. I think because I knew she could throw, I laid out 160 across, played it out on her hand. I played the all tall, all small. I played the hard ways, and she hit the hard 8 for me from 5. I pressed it up to 50. Then she threw it, hit it again, pressed it up. I took 500 because the 5 went to 50. Then she hit that, so I won 500. Pressed it up, parlayed it up to 100. She hit that, and then she also hit the all tall, all small. So on her hand, I made over $2,000. And she had a great hand. And after talking to her, she said that she has a 12-foot table in her house. She practices every day from every angle, from the back to stick 1 left, stick 1 right, 2, 3 left, right. She said she practices all the time. When she first started, she said 6 months, she probably threw at least 50,000 rolls just to practice. And I can tell that she did practice. I mean, she tossed those dice beautifully. So anyway, she threw a lot and good numbers for me. So in the end, when I had to leave, anyway, before that, I went to Circa. When Circa opens, Circa opened the 28th midnight. This is at one of their chips, Circa. So I went there during the day after the midnight that they opened. It's a big hotel. They got a great sports book. Then as soon as you walk in on the left hand side, there's a monster long bar. So anyway, only thing, the table was all $25. There was a $10 table, crowded. So I walked up to a $25 table, and the dealer told me, well, maybe you can ask my boss and get him to lower the table rates. So I just asked him if he was willing to lower this table down to $10. And he said, no, but I would lower it down to 15. So he did, and I jumped on, and other people all jumped on. So anyway, I got to see Circa. Then I walked to Fremont. Played in Fremont. Well, I didn't play. I walked in Fremont. I looked around. It was like 11 o'clock at night. No one was playing. No one. It was like just nobody there. So then I walked over to Fort Queens. Nobody was playing in there either. Then I walked over to the California, and there were only 2 people playing. That's it. The rest, it was just empty. And that's unusual because those hotels are usually crowded with the local people from Hawaii. So apparently the COVID is affecting those hotels. So anyway, came back to our hotel, stayed up all night, and stayed up the following day until it was time for us to leave at, I think it was like 7 in the morning. So got to the airport about 4:30 in the morning and flew back home. So all in all, it was a really, really great trip for me. I lost $2,000, but there were sessions that I won and sessions that I lost. So it's not like I just lost. I mean, I know a lot of times I come home and I say, oh, I lost some money, and people might feel like, well, you put on strategies, you talk about betting, and yet you come home and you lose. Well, like I said, I'm from Hawaii. I'm going up there for days, and I'm going to play a lot of sessions, and I've won a lot of sessions, but I also lost. So it all depends on when I'm coming home. Okay, but I'm willing to lose $2,000-$3,000 to meet up with my Craps Hawaii brothers. It would have been worth it for me. It was really, really worth it for me to finally meet up with these people who I call my brothers and sisters now. So anyway, yes, I lost $2,000, but it was mostly in Black Hawk, and just because, like I said, there was too much jumping around, never settling down. I feel that's what happened. Not like when you're in Vegas, going to, like I say, any hotel, you're gonna see 2, 3, 4 tables. And so if one table is bad, just jump to the next one. You want to take a break, don't worry, when you come back there's going to be space for you to jump on and play. So anyway, that is my report, my trip report. I'm looking forward to going back again. Also, I met some local people from Honolulu. I was shooting on a table, and I think this guy Elmer, who is good friend, Hawaii Crap Shooters, that's his hat right there, Hawaii Crap Shooters. So his name is Brian, who is running that channel, and he told me Elmer and his friend would be up there. They was going to look forward to meeting me, and surprisingly enough, they were on a table when I was playing, so I got to meet Elmer. Nice meeting you, Elmer. So anyway, that's the trip report for now. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to going back to Vegas or Black Hawk or wherever I can go to gamble. Again, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you again in the next video.